Bunch here with a bunch of Diesel Performance. Today is August the 3rd, so we're well over halfway through the year, finishing up one of the busiest months we've had in a long time, July. Looks to be August is going to be pretty backed up as well, so we're going to kind of give you all a rundown of what we've got going on right now and just show you kind of what's going on. So, who's the Escape? We've got Lawhorn's truck in the shop. We did a couple little things to it, so we've got to do some tuning adjustments on his. We've got to keep it inside where it's got the hood stacked so it doesn't get nasty everywhere. Guy I actually used to go to church with a long time ago up in Rogersville, bought this truck out of Kentucky, and it's not run in a really long time. And the fuel tank kind of smells like pond water. So we're going to get into probably tearing the tank out of that and see what he's got going on, because this truck's not been registered since 2021, so it's been sitting for a while. Bailey is working on this LB7 truck. So this is a truck. This guy he's a little south of Nashville. I don't remember the name of the town right off, but his dad bought this truck new, so it's kind of a family affair truck. So his dad bought the truck new. He's had it for a little while, and we're going to kind of go through a lot of this. He's not 100% sure what all we're going to do to it, so we may do it. We're going to do it. This truck's going to have its own video, but he's building this truck for his son, who's currently deployed in the military. So when he comes back from the military, he'll have this truck. It'll be done. So I know what we've got here so far to do is everything Kryptonite offers. So he wanted everything from wheel bearings, the full steering system, everything Kryptonite offers, upper control arms and all. We're doing the PSC power steering upgrades on this truck. So it's getting the Hydro Boost, the LML Hydro Boost, the PSC high flowing power steering pump, and the gearbox with all the lines. Engine wise, I'm really kind of waiting on him to decide. I think he kind of wants to see where we're going to be at once we get into it and see what all. I know we're at minimum, we're doing an S400 kit. So we've got an S400 coming and doing a stainless 5-blade turbo on this truck. Also doing a built transmission on this truck. So while we're getting into it that deep, we're going to go ahead and pull the cab and everything off up so we can clean it up good for him. But he's kind of on the fence of go ahead and putting a built motor in it, big injectors, because I mean, this truck will be very capable. With the built trans and everything going on with it. So we're just kind of waiting for him to decide what he wants to do there. I mean, my opinion, when you're this far down into one, yes, it is a lot of money, but at the same time, it's like, you don't want to have to do it again. So, and then suspension wise, this truck is getting a BDS, I think it's the 4.5-inch coilover system. So we're going to be converting all the front, getting rid of all the torsion bars, going to coilovers on it. So like I said, this is a pretty in-depth project we've got going here. So this week, we're going to do the tear down on it. We're going to get the trans ready to go to get built. Pull the cab off, pull the engine trans out of it, get the frame cleaned up, and do the suspension lift. And then we're going to take it back outside, wait for the trans to come in, and kind of let him make his final decisions on the motor. So, Don, if you're watching, what are you going to do on the motor? This truck here, or this Jeep here, is from Danny England Motors, yeah, in Tazewell. We've been doing a bunch of work for them, these guys here lately. This is this Jeep. Cody, you've got the front end done on this already. So he's got the 3.5-inch lift kit package on this truck. The way this kit is designed, it reuses these factory Fox shocks. These shocks are about $1,000 a piece. See, they got the remote reservoirs tucked here in the bumper. So, it's going to allow us to reuse these shocks and get the lift on it. I think this thing has like 33-inch tires on it factory. We're going with 37s on a 17-inch rim. Also doing a big heavy-duty front bumper with a winch, and then getting the low profile. So they make a thinner fender flare here to kind of make it look a little bit more off-roady for them. So these have been really hot ticket items for these guys here lately, these Jeeps and Toyotas that we've been lifting for them. So we got that going on. Then let's see, if we go over here, Cameron's truck, like, we did a video a few weeks ago. We're still waiting on the wiring harness to come in from that, because we're swapping it back to the OEM style. And we've actually made some decisions on the red truck. So not released what we're doing with that yet, but we have made some decisions. We've got parts ordered, and hopefully in the next week or two, you'll see some progress on that. So guys, that's what we've got going on today on Tuesday. Stick around. We'll have a bunch more this week. So thank y'all for watching. We'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys, Jonah Bunch here with Bunch of Diesel. We've got another one we did for the England. So this Jeep here is a Jeep, I think it's Mojave, I think is how you say that. This is a Jeep Gladiator. It's a 2025 model. He wanted this thing, like I said, it come in stock. We got some shots of it stock, but just really wanted something to really stand out and be just a wow factor. The thing sitting in front of the dealership, just something that's big and aggressive. So that's kind of what we brought to him here. He had a Porsche that he sent us a picture of that come with this gray with these brown wheels. So that's kind of the inspiration here. But what we did was a 3.5-inch lift kit. This Mojave Edition Jeep comes with the Big Fox Performance Elite shocks on it from the factory. So it allows you to have a bracket under that utilizes these shocks. Again, these are $1,000-ish shocks a piece. So it allows you to reuse these shocks so that the thing rides amazing. So we did a 3.5-inch lift. Like I said, a 17 by 9-inch wheels and 37 1250 17 tires. So we got a set of 37s under there. And as you can tell, this kit, the way that we've modified it a little bit, you could really run almost a 40 with this Jeep here now. So we got the lift kit, wheels and tires done. On the front, we've got the Fab Fours stubby bumper here. It's got the spot for the tow hooks. We wanted to run the Rough Country winch. It's a little more budget friendly of a winch. It's got the synthetic rope, so it's the nicest version that they offer. So it's still a pretty good winch for what this thing is going to be used for. Again, it's like I said, it's just really something that somebody wants to have, just to have a big, aggressive looking truck. Another little upgrade that we did on him was the factory fender flares on these Jeeps come down about this much farther. So this is actually, they're molded like factory, but they're a high-rise, high-clearance fender flare. So it just really gives you just a real nice, aggressive look. But like I said, we just got this one finished up, just picked it up from getting the alignment done, so now we're going to go deliver it. So we've been talking about GM stuff while we're driving over here to drop off this Jeep. What did you ask me? So we've got Ford.
So Ford has the Raptor,
yeah.
Ram has the TRX, and Chevy really doesn't have anything.
No, really, I mean, and with the way they're doing trucks, I don't think it would be hard for them to come up with something. I don't know what kind of market there is for that high performance truck. I mean, you get into like the Raptor R's or the TRX, the TRX Plus. What do they call the big one? The big Ram?
Yeah, I think is it like the high output?
Something, but like the big horsepower, but like you can't get them. There's a real tight market on them, and they're hard to get, even new ones. So I mean, I guess there's technically is. I think there's some people that are doing that. We've actually priced one for a guy, a friend of mine in Indiana, to do essentially a Raptor clone, but build it off of a Chevrolet. So getting a 6.2 truck, going through it, supercharging it, and doing the big off-road suspension and things like that. But and while I think that could be good, it's still not going to be, for the price point of it, you're never going to be able to compete with
right.
GM, who could do them unlimited. So
right. And of course the body, like GM could design the body like perfectly.
Yeah, like you have. I mean, and again, there's companies that make the aftermarket, like the flared out fenders and bedsides and stuff like that, but it's not.
Right.
When you've got a company like GM that can have, you've essentially got an unlimited budget to make everything look a certain way and fit and finish. It's just, it's going to be really hard to beat an OEM and anything like that.
Right.
But GM, if he wants to build you a truck, we'll build you one. Guys, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.